Here we go. We'll start with an opening statement from coach and then go into questions.
Um, Again, grateful to be here. Grateful for another victory. I don't care what people are, what their record is. It's every night in the SEC is a tough battle. So I thought our team showed a lot of resilience. I was really excited to see some people, everybody played. So I was excited for that. I wanted everybody to get minutes and I'm glad that we finished off the fourth quarter in the manner that we did so we could have some momentum going into Tuscaloosa.
Questions?
Hey yo, how are you?
Good.
Obviously these last 2 weeks have been kind of unprecedented in terms of what you guys have been through. What has this stretch been like, and what have you learned about your team over these last 2 weeks?
Cats, I just learned that they're a resilient group. I learned how much they do like each other because if they didn't like each other, it would have been rough. And interestingly enough, today I pulled them in and I said, "Hey, do you want to go home? Like we can go home and then we'll just get back on the road on Wednesday for the game on Thursday." Because it's been 6 days, so it is long, right? And they didn't take but 30 seconds to say, "No, coach, we want to stay focused and we're just going to stay on the road and do our thing." And that was, to me, that speaks of, the focus. Our freshman was like, "No, we're already here." As Cody loves being home and loves her free time, she spoke up. She was like, "No, we need to just stay on the road and just do what we do." So I was really, I've learned that they like each other and they're a resilient group and they're focused on their goals.
You know, 22 turnovers, but only 12
Yeah.
points for them off of that. I mean, does that speak to defense, or are you more concerned with how they control the ball tonight?
Not really. I mean, these type of games are tough to play, and 22 turnovers, like that was crazy. But the way they play, it's very hard. And they weren't a lot of live ball turnovers. I think out of the 22, maybe we had like three turnovers. So that's something that we'll just have to flush. Would I have wanted to take care of the ball better? Yeah, but I mean, it was a lot of charges, and they do a good job, getting up under you and and playing a physical style. So, we take it with a grain of salt for sure. I was just more impressed that for the most part we kept them to 12 or less each quarter, except for the fourth. They scored 14, but and that we stayed engaged because easily we could have not been engaged. It's not like it's a ranked opponent like we'll play on Thursday, but we still respected them enough to play hard, and I appreciate that from my team.
That was kind of where I was going to go to next. Do you feel like
Mhm.
they handled this game better after that one Friday than the K-State game after Notre Dame, if that question makes
Yeah,
sense?
yeah, and the Georgia game, yes, absolutely. That's why, I hate that we lost those games, but that's why you play non-conference. That's why you go through a season so you can learn and be better. And I thought today our response was so much better than it had been in the past, and that just shows the level of maturity for my team. I'm really grateful for that because I was kind of concerned, and they just came out and they were still talking in the huddles. They were still engaged. So I was happy about that.
Last one, Lattimore, okay?
I don't know. So I'll find out. She said she felt like she rolled her ankle or something like that. So she should be fine.
Is Cody McMahon still somehow underrated?
You know, um, I'm not sure how to answer that, but I can tell you this. Cody should be in the discussions for SEC Player of the Year. Cody should be in discussions for National Player of the Year awards. Um, Cody is in discussion with most WNBA teams because she's just a really special player. And people scheme against her, and she just finds a way to score, and it just shows her skill level. Every time I watch her, like I see her doing something different. And that's something that I really like about her is I'm just watching her evolve. So I don't know if she's underrated. She's not underrated by opponents because they'll send the house at her. And then today she only had one assist. We didn't have a lot of assists today. But I just think she should be in discussion for all of the awards because she's putting up the numbers and she's producing night in and night out.
Hi, Coach. You mentioned the team, wanting to stay on the road to stay focused and you enjoying how focused they were for this game. How do you think them having this focus impacts their mentality going into this kind of gauntlet of games that you guys have coming up with Alabama and then the Kentucky through South Carolina stretch?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important. It's funny. Every time I go on the internet, I see a team saying, our team is going through a gauntlet. This is the Southeastern Conference. It is a gauntlet, period. We have 10 teams that are in the top 25. I think one dropped out today, but 9 teams in the top 25, and another 2 that can make an argument. And then you got the rest of the crew that they're not pushovers. Auburn came out and played really hard. I think we just try to take things one day at a time, one game at a time. Shoot, I would have been all for us going home because I hadn't seen my daughters and my husband for 6 days. So it's been tough, but I'm a team player and I was really proud to watch them navigate it because at first they got really excited and then they started doing the math like, wait, we got to drive 3 hours and in 3 hours, you know what? We'll just stay on the road. So it just shows the character of the team that I have and we're just going to try to get through it one game at a time and try to go 1-0 for sure. And also too, we are looking at this, Tia, as an opportunity for us to see what it's going to be like after hopefully we host. After that, it's neutral sites. Telling where we go. So this and the SEC tournament. So we're looking at this format that we were in like that. And so we're just trying to have a good perspective overall.
Any more
Thanks,
questions?
y'all. We had a great crowd tonight. A lot of people from Oxford came up. Make sure y'all mention that. Evie, good to see you.
Thank you.